Tammy's got a channel. On YouTube she shines. The Fake Bake Diaries, crafting in her own sweet time. She'll show you how to make fake ice cream that glows, giant gumdrops and cotton candy, whimsical treats she knows. Grab your scissors, get your glue. The crafting's just begun with a sprinkle of imagination.
Hi everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be making these amazing giant gumdrops. This video we're going to learn how to bake the base and the icing. Both of these sizes are made exactly the same way. So this is a part 1 of a part 2 video. In the part 2 of this video, we'll go through and take a look at some different ideas for making the tops of these gumdrops. If you're looking for the flat top gumdrop, they are made in a completely different way than the rounded top ones. Check out my video on how to make the base for these flat top gumdrops. All right, let's get started.
Crafting with a twist, Fake Bake Diaries.
For my base, I'm using a garden cloche. I have 2 sizes, a bigger one and a smaller one. The bigger one is 12 inches or 30 centimeters in diameter. You can find a garden bell cloche in the gardening section. This bigger one I found at Dollarama. The smaller one I found at Dollar Tree and Dollarama. But look around at your garden centers and Walmart. You can get bigger ones like this there. And this is what I'm using as the base for my gumdrops. The first thing to do is take some warm water and peel off any of the stickers that are on there. After that, look on the inside. There is a small round black disc. We need to take this black part off. Fold this end up, hold it like so. That will allow you to bring some type of tool in. Pull on the black piece and you've pulled it off. It's much easier to take it off that way than to try to rip it off right from the top. And we do the same thing with the big one. So the ring has come out and anything you have left at the top will just come out. Now I have duct tape and taping over these holes. Make sure that these are down really well. Holes are covered. And if they come with any pegs, take those out as well. Next, I'm using spray foam. I'm using Lepage tight foam. For this project, it doesn't matter what type of spray foam that you use. If you've never used spray foam before, it's easy, but it's very sticky. You don't want to get it on anything. Wear plastic gloves on your hands and don't touch it when it's wet. Follow the instructions on the can. Each of them are a little bit different. The reason for the duct tape is so that the spray foam doesn't come shooting out through the hole as it expands. I'm going to go off screen and put the foam spray into the garden cloche, and I'll show you what it looks like after. I'm back and I've done so many of these that I can tell you what is working and what is not working. When you put your first layer on, if you can see, I've left lots of air holes because if you don't, you're going to end up with lots of parts that are wet. The foam spray will not expand. So this one has a little part here, but it's really, really good and it has expanded very, very nicely. So that one is ready to go. I've used now 3 different types of gap filler. They're all good. This is what I first started. So I was doing it thicker. Doesn't stick as well and can cause a dent. It's better to do it in layers. So this is solid. This is really, really good. I'm going to do my second layer on here, and then I'm going to show you how I put my first layer on. I'm going to get my other 2 ready. When you're holding these cans, hold them upside down or else the foam doesn't come out properly. This one here, we just pop on upside down. All I'm gonna do on this one now is drill in a couple of these holes, just a little bit.
glittering gumdrops piled high, so sweet. Whimsical colors like a candyland tree. Friends by the fire, feeling warm inside as the snow falls softly on this magical night. Gumdrop trees standing tall and proud. Houses made of candy, so cozy and round. Fairies fly and dance with joy in their eyes in this fantasy world where dreams can't hide. Let's taste the sweetness of the sugar delight. Gumdrops on our tongues like fireworks in the night. Together we'll sing a Merry Christmas cheer in this gum.
The majority of these holes are filled, and of course the foam will expand. So that one looks great. I'm gonna put that aside, and this will be the first round for this one. Don't just fill the bottom. If there's a tip I can give, do not fill up all the bottom, because when you set them to dry upside down like this, you don't want them everything falling and filling the bottom, because it won't stick. It'll be all wet.
Jump into my candyland where dreams come true, where the nutcracker dances and the sugar plums do too. A sweet sensation that will make you smile. Grab a piece of bubble gum, let's stay a while. In this land of candy, everything's so bright. Lollipops and gumdrops shining through the...
That's it. Probably do one spray right there. That's it. You can see from the outside, there's lots of gaps because we want to let that expand. And then I'm going to sit it like this to dry, but I still have right at the bottom lots of places for air to get in to dry. I'm going to do this one as well.
Grab my tools, I'm ready to go. Crafting is how I let my soul glow. Therapy's pricey, it ain't for me. I find solace in creativity. You see, I cut and glue, I stitch and sew.
That's what I want it to look like. Wipe this, and I have a nice big piece of tin foil. Make sure you come back to this as soon as this is pretty much hard. I'm going to come back to this in a few hours. I'm not going to leave it overnight because this is not going to work for me. And I'm going to fill in those holes.
Now here's today's crafting question. Do you prefer to work on larger projects, or do you like the smaller, more detailed ones? Write your answers in the comments below, and I'm so excited to hear all of your responses.
All of my gumdrops are dry. Here's my smaller one. I don't have to worry about little spaces like this. They have a lip that we don't want. Usually gumdrops come straight down. So we want to take that lip off and put a base on. For the base, I'm going to use regular foam board. I'm going to keep this thickness in mind because I don't want this base sitting on the outside. I want the base sitting inside. If I sit the base on the outside, then the textures will be different and it won't look like your gumdrop comes right down to the bottom. So I need that base to be inside here. I need to leave space so that that thickness can sit inside. Sounds like it's technical, but honestly, it's not that hard at all. If you don't do this carefully and your knife is sharp, it's going to rip down the side. Just going to stir it so that it's enough that I'm going to be just under this lip, so that when this lip here is cut off, it's going to go straight down. You don't have to worry about making this exactly straight all the way around, but really try your best to keep it right below this lip. That's the goal, and I'll show you why after. But if you get crookedy, you'll see my cuts. It doesn't matter at the end. I've taken the blade, put it up quite a bit because I want to be able to saw it. That's why those X-Acto knives that have the little individual blades on here don't work nearly as well as these.
Nobody can stop us. We got red and glue.
And if you come across foam, which you will, you cut right into that foam all the way across.
In our little space, creativity sparks, a smile on your face.
Try not to go too fast. If you do go too fast, you can slice it down that way. It's a little bit sharp, so be careful of that right now. And you'll see that it's bumpy all the way across, and that doesn't matter. All I wanted to do right now was get that lip off. I'm thinking about this width right here. That's about the width that I'm going to carve out. Sounds like it's hard. It's not. It's quick and easy. I'm looking at my width, and I'm making a cut in my foam that's about that much between the plastic, and I'm cutting it. I want to carve that out in a moment. It's cutting down to about here on my blade. You don't have to go any more than 2 of these little blades. You don't want to go too deep. You don't need to do that.
Paint and glue, scissors too, got to get crafty. That's what we do. Fake bakers on a mission, we're in disguise. Shopping for supplies, we'll improvise, we'll improvise. Chewing gum, ribbons and sparkly beads. In the aisles, we follow our needs. Hiding gems in our shopping carts, create.
I've done all the way around, nice and easy, quick. This is one of the tools that I grabbed from my modeling clay kit. This is not sharp. It's pointy, but it's not sharp. Dig behind. So you can see here I'm digging really quickly, and I'm digging in between the plastic to loosen it because I'm going to want to get that piece out.
Got to get crafty, that's what we do. Fake bakers on a mission, we're in.
Now I'm all the way around, and now dig it out.
Supplies, we'll improvise. Chewing gum, ribbons and sparkly beads. In the aisles, we follow our needs. Hiding gems in our shopping carts. Creating masterpieces, stealing our hearts. Cheesy smiles and secret winks.
Now I'm going to draw this base on my foam board. So on the outside of your plastic. After this you can trim anything, but if you go too far underneath, you're going to end up with gaps that are too large that you don't want.
She woke up early, kids still asleep, dreaming of a place where she can just be.
This is going to more so fit on the outside. That's because this is where your base is going to sit. So we want it inside, but there's just too much sticking out right now. And I'm thinking about this depth.
Lock me in the craft room just for a day. Fake Bake Diaries gonna take me away. Paper and scissors, glitter and glue. Need a little silence. What else can she do? She loves them dearly, but her mind's in a spin. Crafting self-care, time for her to begin. Lock me in my craft room just for a day. Fake Bake Diaries gonna take me away. Take me away. Paper and scissors, glitter and glue. Need a little silence.
I use the original Gorilla Glue because it sticks to plastic and it doesn't melt foam.
She loves them dearly.
You can dry it like this. If you're worried about it falling over, you can set it like that. Dry overnight. For the big one, it's exactly the same process. I won't go through that all again. There's this lip, it comes up and then it goes in again. Get it where it goes in and cut all the way around it. Take this plastic off and follow exactly the same process as we did to the other one. This is one that I have that is dry. This is all the edges on here. The whole thing is going to be really sturdy. I want to take these plastic ends off. I'm going to trim off the edges so that they're even with the base.
Crafting with a twist, Fake Bake Diaries, where dreams come alive.
Get any of these rough edges off. You know, you don't want to cut yourself in anything. This here is a mixture of DAP Fast and Final lightweight spackle and some Mod Podge thrown in there so it's kind of glued together. So if you want to fill anything, put this in, scrape off as much as you can to make it flat, and sand it after.
Creativity shine in our candyland. It's whimsical and divine. Sugar rush sweetness, oh, it makes you feel alive in the Fake Bake Diaries. We're taking the dive into a fantasy land where dreams may do come true. Come join us, let your imagination run loose. It's all for you. All for you, come true. Come join us, let your imagination run loose. It's all for you.
I'm going to leave that to dry. I'm going to put a second coat on there. There was a top tape on here, and that was so that the foam didn't come out all over the place. This is the same mixture that I used to fill in everything at the bottom. Fill these in.
Walking down the street, eyes on the prize, searching for the treasures in a vintage disguise. Gonna upcycle.
I'm going to let this dry and take my sanding block. I'm going to use a 100 and then go over that and make that smooth. I want all this even. When we come back, this will all be nicely sanded. I'm back. What I did is take it outside, just put them on some paper, put all of them up on these little containers. And then what I decided to use this time to spray it, because I wanted to give it a base that I could paint. I know I could use spray paint, one that would adhere to plastic, but I wanted to use my custom colors. So this Plasti Dip I found in the automotive section. It gives a base that you can paint with acrylic paints over top of it. It comes in different colors. This is the white one. It gives it a really nice base to start off with. I painted the bottom first. That was because everything else I want to do is up on top. And once you start getting any of your embellishments or anything like that on top, you don't want to be turning it over at that point and trying to paint the bottom. And I didn't spray the bottom. I painted it with my acrylic paint. My next step was to paint them. They sat on top of here. I took my paintbrush and my regular acrylic paints and I put 2 coats on. If you remember, I filled these holes in at the top and sanded them. But now what I want to do is put icing on these ones, which means I didn't actually have to cover these holes and fill them in. But I hadn't planned my design first, so I took the time and filled them in and sanded them. If you have any little blips, once you decorate it, you will not notice. So don't worry about that. You can use some faux foam clay.
I swore no more glue, no more strings. I said I'm done with tiny things. Said no more buttons, no more beats. But then there's glitter in the breeze. Look at Tammy on the screen. Fake bake dreams, how they gleam. Silly me, I had to laugh. Crafting is my better half. Can't stop crafting, no way. Every time I swear I stray. Crafty heart leads me to play. Crafting every single day. Scissors, paper in my hands. Swear I'd stop, but here I am. Ribbons calling, take a strand. Crafting.
Before I cut it, I'm just going to make sure it'll fit.
Away. Every time I swear I stray. Crafty heart leads me to play. Crafting every single day.
I did the same thing to 3 big ones already. When you think about your icing and you think about the circle, it's like a circle part should cover down to here. And then you're gonna have some drips that come over. I just like it when the entire piece of icing comes over this side. The key is that round circle piece is big enough.
Glue and glitter on my hands, crafting shoes and rubber bands, late nights all for this, dreaming big, can't miss. Paint and paper everywhere, final touches here and there, heart in every piece I make, it's my chance that I take. Ready for the show, oh, 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 crafts lined up.
I do want it nice and thick. It's about under a finger thickness. Now, if you don't put a really nice thickness on this, when you put it over top, that's when your clay is gonna crack on you.
Friends and family cheer me on, crafting till the break of dawn. Every sparkle, every bead, giving the folks what they need. Ready for the show, oh, 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 crafts lined up in a row, oh, 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 got my heart on display.
I'm making sure that these dips that go in are going to be able to fall just below the size where it curves.
Gonna shine in my way.
Make these a little bit shorter. I'm gonna keep this distance here.
Vaping line just to get inside. Clearance days, craft dreams come alive. Eyes on the glitters and the glue. Need more supplies for what we do. Fake Bake Diaries bursting bright, making things till late at night. Stickers, ribbons, paints, and clay. Shopping spree on clearance day. Oh, oh, can't resist the call. Oh, 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 crafting's worth it all. Oh, 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 cards will overflow. Need more supplies before we go.
Shaping it a little bit before I put it on.
Finding treasures every place. Heavenly smell.
And I'm trying to make sure that my edges here patted down so that they're straight because I want to trim those.
Felt this good. Oh, 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 can't resist the call. Oh, oh, oh.
I'm gonna use Aleene's clear tacky glue in the gel. Put some glue on it and glue it to the top.
Will overflow. Need more supplies before we go.
Try to be careful with it. Put it on the top, right in the middle. It's easier to do this. Flip it. Let it fall, because that sometimes makes it easier to glue it down. Before you actually push it down on the ends, is there any that you might want to trim at this point? I'm going to trim like this one and this one. That's still a pretty big one.
Wake up in the morning light, got $1 in my hand. I'm heading to the store so bright, this place is Wonderland. Cartwheel down the aisles, dollar signs in my eyes. Glittered blue and buttons bright, every shelf a new surprise. Dollar store, find so sweet, crafting dreams we meet. Everything we need and more, right there in the dollar store. Feathers for a funky hat, mason jars for summer night.
Trimmed off what I want. I'm gonna go around and shape a little bit more.
Creating pure delights. No limits to what we'll make.
I'm making sure the edges around it are nice and thick and flattened, and that's for my decorating after. So just think about maybe how you want to decorate it.
Crafting dreams, we need everything we need and more, right there in the dollar store.
I love it. Looks great. Anything that you want to push into it as a decoration is a great time to put them on right now. I have all kinds of these little beads. They all just come in different colors. I think I got them off Amazon, or they don't have any holes in these beads. I'm going to push them in. So it just looks so much more realistic if some of the embellishments that you're putting into your icing are squished in.
Dusty shelves we browse around, looking for gems we can crown. Old things new hands can revive, making fake bakes come alive. Plaid shirts and worn out jeans, vintage finds, you know what I mean. We'll paint and shape and redesign.
That is just looking super cute so far. I've got all those little balls in. I have some of these extra large sprinkles that I made out of polymer clay myself. I use these on my big gumdrops. So these are just small. I'm gonna try and put a few of them around and push them in, right? If you don't want to push these in, then wait until this dries, or you don't even have to. Right now, you can put a little bit of Mod Podge on it and then sprinkle them all over top so they're sitting on top. I'm going to finish pushing all these in and I'll show you what happens next. I've let this dry overnight. These here, I'm going to glue on with the original Gorilla Glue. These are acrylic and they're a vase filler that I got from Michael's. On top, this nice snow glitter, and it's going to make it look like a sugary gumdrop. You can see when I painted it that this ridge really came out on it. If you're not putting something chunky over top of it to cover up this ridge, and you want it just nice and sleek and smooth, or you just want to put a little bit of glitter on your color, then I would suggest when you cut it and when you put your base on it, that you cut this piece off to give you a nice and smooth area. I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue. I only want to put my glue in the yellow. I don't want to put my glue on this edge because I'm going to decorate that edge differently.
Lights are twinkling, the snow's aglow. Candles flicker in the cold night flow. Holding hands under mistletoe, sharing gumdrops in the winter glow. We laugh together like kids do. With every bite.
Putting lots of glue on here. That's because these little acrylic pieces are so tiny. I want to make sure that they stick all over. I don't want a lot of empty spaces that I have to go over and fill later.
Gumdrops and laughter fill the air. Love and joy we can't compare. In your eyes a twinkle rare, sharing treasures everywhere. Snowflakes dancing around our feet. Heat from the heart can't compete with the warmth from a moment fleet, when our hearts in sync beat to beat. Sugar kisses a frosty charm.
Always put your biggest glitter on first, because if you put your finest glitter on first, it takes up all your glue space.
Love remains, it keeps us warm. Every flavor a new delight, holding tight through the silent night. Red and green and glowing light, with each taste everything's right. Gumdrops and laughter fill the air. Love and joy we can't compare. In your eyes a twinkle rare, sharing treasures everywhere. Gumdrops and laughter fill the air. Love treasures everywhere. In Candyland, where fairies play, sugar plums float on a sleigh. Gingerbread houses lit so bright, snowflakes dance in sweet delight. Gumdrops fall like winter rain, peppermint sticks mark the lane. Lollipops grow from the ground, magic swirls all around. Sugar plum fairies twirl and spin, Christmas starts where dreams begin. Candy canes in their little hands take us to that magic land.
Love, love, love it. If you have any little excess that are sticking onto your icing, take those off now. These around the edge. I'm gonna let that dry overnight. This is all dried. It's just painted yellow at the bottom. I'm waiting for my yellow glitter to come in. I'm going to put 2 layers of yellow glitter at the bottom. I'll use Mod Podge. 1 layer of glitter, another layer of glitter, and then seal it again with my Mod Podge. If you decide to hang them, you can see them from the bottom. I think they just look so much better and it takes no time at all. But I don't have my yellow glitter yet. What I can do right now is this lovely mint color, and I'm gonna contrast all of these edges. I'm putting this upside down so that this green glitter doesn't flow into absolutely everything. For this lovely mint glitter from Michaels, I use the bright mint and I mix it together with snow. These are the extra fine.
Neighbors gather round, paints and ladders found. Lights are tangled tight, chaos in the night. Let's make our street bright, colors in the night. Oops, there goes a crash. Hey, don't splash the trash. Joe with the big grin falls into the bin. Tiny lights that gleam, Marie's Christmas dream. Let's make our street bright, colors in.
Looks a little sparse, but it'll look really, really cute after I put the second coat on. I'm so happy how it turned out.
Until next time, keep crafting and creating.
Sugar rush sweetness, oh, it makes you